So on Saturday night, I was doing my typical party it down kind of thing. I was talking on the phone with my grandma. I actually hadn't talked in a while, so it was good to kind of catch up on things. But one thing she noticed was that I was acting a little bit funny. And when your grandma tells you that you're acting funny, it's time to just stop everything. Turn off all external distractions and really examine yourself. And what I found when I did that is going to be the topic for today. Over the course of this intersessional break, I was trying to get a lot of things done, particularly in this last week before spring semester starts. And what it all boils down to, really, is that I was going to bed later and I was getting up earlier. You know, your classic burning the candle at both ends syndrome. However, I was only really chopping it down to like 5 hours of sleep at the least. Usually between 6 and 7. And I've had this kind of experience dozens of times before, but it's never been so isolated. Whenever this would happen before, I was usually trying to study a textbook or something that I didn't necessarily enjoy studying, but I had to do it, but I lost my focus a lot. And I thought, well, it's probably just because I didn't really necessarily enjoy what I was studying. Over break, however, and especially in the past few days, I've been doing a lot of things that I've really enjoyed, and I still had trouble focusing on them. So what does that mean? My personal experience, the number of things that can cause me to lose interest in something that I previously enjoyed is kind of limited to a certain number of things. I always check dehydration first, then I look in my life and see if there's some sort of external stressor that's kind of taken my mind off of what I'm trying to do right now. And since both of those failed, I took a nap. It was just going to be a 15-minute nap. I was going to wake up at 1:45. I set my alarm. I got up at 1:45 and I was just dead. Wound up sleeping to 3:30. And shockingly, I woke up very refreshed. Moral of this story is that you can't devalue your sleep. If you devalue your sleep, everything else will suffer. Boom. On to the question of the week. So last week, I presented you a problem with a client of mine. His credit score, about 6 months ago, was easily within the range of actually qualifying for a loan and then, being able to buy a house. Then this last month, when he was actually going through the pre-approval process, his loan officer told him that his credit score was 0. Everybody thought it was a mistake, it was a typo, somebody had done something wrong somewhere, but in the end, his credit score is a 0. And unfortunately, since everybody who watched last week's blog only really paid attention to the slideshow at the end, nobody said anything about the problem and nobody offered me any solution, so I can't actually answer it for you until that happens. I'm sorry, but it's no way to run a blog. However, if even just one person puts a thoughtful suggestion down there, I will solve the mystery next week and everything will be just fine. And always remember, if you have a friend or a relative or anybody in your life who needs help with a real estate question or is just wondering how to get started in this big, massive process, put them in touch with me and I'll take care of them. Also, since this blog has been running for quite a while now, if you've seen anything that you'd really like to see improved, let me know. I'm very open to suggestions. And I will see you next week.